My friends, let me begin with a truth that has echoed through the corridors of time. No one ever rises to great heights alone. Every towering achievement, every empire built, every discovery that changed the course of history behind it stood not one mind, but many minds united in harmony. This is the essence of what I call the mastermind principle. The mastermind is more than cooperation. It is more than teamwork. It is the blending of two or more minds in perfect harmony, creating a third, invisible force that possesses wisdom, creativity, and energy beyond what any single individual could ever summon. Imagine electricity sparking when two wires connect. Such is the power when two people align their thoughts, their faith, and their vision. Think of Thomas Edison. While history celebrates his genius, he himself admitted that without the combined intelligence of his research team, his thousands of inventions would not have been possible. Henry Ford built an automobile empire, but behind him stood a council of brilliant minds who fueled his vision with ideas he could not have generated alone. Andrew Carnegie, one of the wealthiest men who ever lived, declared openly that his fortune was not the result of his personal brilliance, but the collective wisdom of his mastermind group. The law is simple, yet profound. When two minds meet in harmony, a third mind is born. This third mind is not seen, but it is felt. It guides decisions, sparks creativity, and unlocks ideas that neither mind alone could have produced. Now, let us pause and reflect. How often do you try to carry the burdens of life alone? How often do you believe you must figure everything out by yourself? That belief, my friend, is not strength, it is limitation. Life was never designed to be conquered in isolation. Every great achievement requires alliances. Every dream needs a team. The mastermind principle does not require millions of followers or vast numbers of people. It requires only two or more minds working in harmony toward a definite purpose. Harmony is the key. Two people can sit together, but if they are divided in spirit, no power is generated. But when they align in vision and trust, the energy they create can shake mountains. Let me give you a simple example. Imagine a lone violinist playing in a quiet room. The sound is beautiful, but limited. Now, place that violinist in a symphony orchestra, each musician aligned, each note blending in harmony. Suddenly, the same instrument produces a sound so powerful it can move thousands of hearts at once. The violinist did not lose identity. Rather, he gained power through unity. This is the mastermind principle. Here lies another truth. Wealth, success, and influence are never the product of genius alone. They are the product of organized effort. Organized effort requires cooperation, and cooperation is strongest when it is built upon harmony of minds. But let us go deeper. The mastermind principle is not only practical, it is spiritual. When two minds connect in faith and harmony, they tap into what I call infinite intelligence. Ideas begin to flow as if from a higher source. Solutions emerge that no book could have taught, no lecture could have revealed. You begin to operate on a frequency that attracts opportunities, resources, and people who align with your purpose. Ask yourself this: do you have a mastermind alliance? Do you have even one person with whom you can share your vision, align your goals, and combine your faith? Or are you still trying to push the heavy boulder of life up the hill, alone? Many people fail in life not because they lack talent, not because they lack ambition, but because they lack alliances. They walk alone when they could have multiplied their strength through partnership. Remember this: you may accomplish much alone, but you will accomplish far more with the right alliance. Let me leave you with this image. Picture a single candle burning in the dark. It lights a small corner of the room. Now, bring 10 candles together. The light grows stronger. Bring 100, and the darkness vanishes. The mastermind principle is not a theory, it is a law. You can choose to ignore it, but you cannot escape it. No man becomes truly great without it. The sooner you form your mastermind alliance, the sooner you will step into the greatness that awaits you. So I challenge you. Look around your life. Who can you join forces with? Who shares your vision? Who will challenge you to rise higher? And whom can you also uplift? Build your mastermind not on selfishness, but on mutual growth. Build it not on suspicion, but on trust. For once harmony is achieved, the power you will unlock can and will transform your destiny. This is only the beginning. In the next part, we will go deeper into the laws that govern the mastermind principle and how you can consciously create such an alliance that will multiply your success and lead you toward your definite purpose. My friends, as you now understand, the mastermind is not just an agreement between two or more people. It is the fusion of minds into a higher intelligence. But to make this principle work, you must learn how to attract the right people and create the right environment for this invisible force to function. Not every person you meet is fit for your mastermind. In fact, many are not. You must choose with wisdom. You must ask yourself, does this person lift me higher or do they pull me down? Do they share a definite major purpose or are they wandering without direction? Do they bring harmony or do they stir conflict? Because make no mistake, the mastermind cannot exist in the presence of disharmony. Two or more minds that clash cannot produce power. They will only produce confusion, jealousy, and wasted energy. But when two or more minds meet in perfect accord, with faith in one another, and a shared burning desire, then you will experience the miracle of the mastermind. The example of Edison and his team. Let us look again at history. Thomas Edison, the great inventor, did not create the electric light alone. He surrounded himself with brilliant men, chemists, engineers, thinkers, each bringing their own knowledge. Edison supplied the vision. His team supplied the talents. And together, through the mastermind, they produced light for the world. Do you see the lesson? One man's vision plus another man's skill equals a force greater than either could ever wield alone. Why most people fail to use the mastermind. Now you may ask, if this principle is so powerful, why do so few people use it? The answer is simple. Pride, fear, and ignorance. Pride whispers, I can do it alone. I don't need help. Fear whispers, if I share my dream, others may steal it. Ignorance whispers, I don't believe in this unseen power. And so, many live their entire lives with untapped potential because they never learn to blend their mind with others in harmony. But you, if you are wise, will not let pride, fear, or ignorance rob you of your destiny. You will learn to open your heart and your mind to those who share your purpose, those who can strengthen your weaknesses, those who will hold you accountable to your vision. The spiritual dimension of the mastermind. Now listen carefully. The mastermind principle is not only practical, but spiritual. When two or more minds come together in perfect harmony, there is always a third invisible presence that enters the room. Call it infinite intelligence. Call it God, call it spirit, call it the creative force of the universe. Whatever name you give it, the truth is the same. When harmony exists between minds, a higher wisdom speaks through the group. Ideas appear that no single person could have produced alone. Solutions present themselves as if whispered by an unseen voice. This is why I say, the mastermind is not just cooperation. It is a spiritual law of creation. How to form your own mastermind. Now, let us speak of practice. How can you form your own mastermind alliance? Choose a definite purpose. Without a clear goal, the mastermind will dissolve into idle talk. You must know exactly what you seek. A business, an invention, a movement, or a personal transformation. Select members carefully. Choose only those who bring something valuable: knowledge, courage, resources, or connections. Avoid the negative, the cynical, the jealous, and the small-minded, for they will poison the alliance. Establish harmony. Every meeting must be based on faith and goodwill. Arguments may arise, but they must be constructive, never destructive. Remember, harmony is the lifeblood of the mastermind. Meet regularly. The mastermind grows stronger through repeated contact. Just as iron sharpens iron, so minds sharpen each other through consistent exchange. Trust the invisible power. Know that when you join minds in faith, you are tapping into infinite intelligence. Expect new ideas to come. Expect guidance. Expect miracles. The mastermind in daily life. Some of you may think, I am not a business owner. I am not an inventor. How can I use the mastermind? The answer is, you can use it everywhere. Form a mastermind with your spouse, and your marriage will grow stronger. Form a mastermind with a close friend, and you will overcome challenges together. Form a mastermind in your community, and you will build prosperity where once there was poverty. For the principle does not discriminate. It works wherever harmony, purpose, and faith are present. The cost of neglecting the mastermind. But beware, my friends, there is also a price for neglecting this principle. Those who walk alone, depending only on their own limited vision, often find themselves weary, defeated, and lost. They may achieve small victories, but they rarely achieve greatness. The most dangerous mistake you can make is to think you must carry your dream alone. That burden is too heavy for one set of shoulders. My friends, as we move deeper into the understanding of the mastermind principle, I want you to pause and reflect on this. No matter how brilliant, disciplined, or determined you are, alone you remain limited. Alone you have but one brain, one perspective, one storehouse of experience. But when you align your mind with other minds, when you harmonize your thoughts with the thoughts of those who share your vision, you do not merely add to your intelligence, you multiply it. That is the miracle of the mastermind. When I first uncovered this principle, I was struck by a truth so profound that it reshaped the way I viewed every achievement in history. Think of Thomas Edison. Do you imagine he worked alone in his laboratory, producing thousands of experiments with no aid, no counsel, no guidance? Number. He surrounded himself with scientists, thinkers, and workers who collectively formed a mastermind alliance. Each mind brought something unique, and together they created what no single man could have accomplished in isolation. The mastermind principle states that when two or more minds come together in perfect harmony, a third mind, an invisible force, is created. This third mind is not visible to the eye, but it is felt. It is a spiritual, intangible, yet profoundly real power that makes the alliance infinitely stronger than the sum of its parts. It is as though you open a direct channel to infinite intelligence, allowing inspiration, creativity, and solutions to flow more freely. Pause for a moment and picture this. You sit across a table from one ally, someone who believes in you, someone who brings skills you lack, someone who sharpens your thinking. As you discuss your plans, ideas begin to spark. One suggestion triggers another, and soon a solution is born that neither of you would have discovered alone. That, my friends, is the unseen power of the mastermind in action. But let me caution you. The harmony of this alliance is essential. The mastermind cannot function in the presence of jealousy, distrust, or ego. If you allow suspicion, envy, or self-interest to dominate, the alliance collapses and the creative energy vanishes. It is like striking a match in the rain. The spark cannot survive. Harmony is the price you must pay to unlock the treasures of collective genius. Now, many people misunderstand this principle. They think the mastermind is merely about networking, or surrounding yourself with acquaintances, or having a group of friends to call upon. No! The mastermind is far deeper than casual contact. It is the deliberate, purposeful, and disciplined union of minds, joined in a spirit of absolute cooperation, working toward a common, definite, major purpose. Think of Andrew Carnegie, the great steel magnate. He once confessed that he knew little about the technical side of steel making. Yet he built one of the greatest fortunes of his time. How? He surrounded himself with men who did know, who were experts in their respective fields. He formed a mastermind alliance of managers, engineers, financiers, and strategists. They carried knowledge he lacked, but together they moved mountains of iron and steel, transforming the industrial world. Here lies a great lesson. You do not need to possess all the knowledge yourself. You need only the ability to organize knowledge, to bring together those who have it, and to unite them in harmony under a shared vision. That is leadership. That is the mastermind principle in practice. Now, let us turn this principle toward you. Ask yourself, who belongs in your mastermind? Who can sharpen your thinking? Who can hold you accountable when you drift? Who can inspire you when your courage falters? Who can bring to your table skills, insights, or connections that you lack? Do not be hasty in choosing, for as surely as the right alliance will multiply your power, the wrong alliance will poison your progress. The mastermind demands loyalty. It demands trust. It demands a willingness to share credit and to sacrifice ego for the greater vision. If your desire is for selfish glory, you will find no lasting power in this principle. But if your desire is rooted in service, in building something larger than yourself, then the mastermind will open doors you did not know existed. Let us consider another truth. When you join a mastermind alliance, you place yourself under a current of energy that reshapes your subconscious mind. The environment you inhabit, the voices you hear daily, the attitudes you absorb, all these influence your belief system. If you surround yourself with doubters, complainers, and cynics, their energy will poison your spirit, and before long you too will find yourself doubting and complaining. But if you surround yourself with dreamers, doers, believers, their fire will ignite your fire, and together you will become unstoppable. The mastermind is not simply a gathering of people. It is not a meeting. It is not a committee. It is a living, breathing organism of thought. And like all living organisms, it grows stronger or weaker depending on the nourishment it receives. That nourishment is harmony. That nourishment is trust. That nourishment is purpose. Without harmony, the mastermind principle collapses into chaos. Without trust, it becomes poisoned with suspicion. Without a definite purpose, it becomes nothing more than idle conversation. Napoleon Hill taught that when two or more minds come together in the spirit of perfect harmony, they create a third, invisible force that he called the mastermind. This third mind is greater than the sum of its parts. It is like adding 1 plus 1 and getting 3 or 5 or 10, because the invisible mind that is formed has access to ideas, solutions, and inspirations that neither of the individuals could have reached alone. It taps into what Hill called infinite intelligence. Think of the Wright brothers. Neither Wilbur nor Orville, working alone, might have discovered the miracle of flight. But together, through the fusion of their minds, through the harmony of their shared obsession, they lifted mankind into the skies. Their mastermind was not accidental. It was born out of trust, brotherhood, persistence, and a shared vision. That is the power of the principle. But let me tell you a truth most people ignore. A mastermind is not simply about gathering people who agree with you. Agreement is not harmony. Agreement without honesty is weakness. True harmony is forged through honesty, through constructive criticism, through a shared commitment to truth and growth. If everyone in your circle only tells you what you want to hear, you do not have a mastermind. You have an echo chamber. And an echo chamber will destroy your growth. The mastermind thrives when its members bring their unique strengths, perspectives, and experiences to the table. One may bring vision, another may bring discipline, another may bring resources, another may bring creativity. Together, these contributions form a power far greater than what any individual could muster. This is why the most successful leaders in history, from Andrew Carnegie to Henry Ford, always surrounded themselves with a mastermind group. They knew their individual limitations. They knew that to build empires, they needed the collective genius of many. Now pause for a moment and reflect. Who is in your circle? Who are the people you surround yourself with? Do they lift you up or pull you down? Do they fuel your vision or drain your energy? Do they challenge you to grow? or keep you small. Because here is a truth. Your life will rise or fall with the quality of your mastermind. If your circle is filled with small thinkers, complainers, and doubters, you will find your dreams shrinking to fit their limitations. But if your circle is filled with visionaries, doers, and believers, your dreams will expand to match their possibilities. The principle is that simple and that powerful. The mastermind also demands reciprocity. You cannot enter such a group only to take. You must give. You must bring value. You must pour your energy, your insights, your faith into the circle. Only then will the invisible force reveal itself. A mastermind is not a one-way street. It is a shared river of ideas flowing back and forth, nourishing all who drink from it. And here lies another secret. The mastermind principle does not only apply to human beings, it applies to the spiritual connection you form with infinite intelligence itself. When you align your conscious mind with your subconscious, and your subconscious with the infinite, you form the highest form of mastermind, a partnership with the source of all ideas, all creativity, all power. That is why prayer, meditation, and autosuggestion are such powerful tools. They are ways of harmonizing your mind with infinite intelligence. Imagine this. You sit quietly, you focus on your definite purpose, and you begin to visualize the outcome you desire. As you do, your conscious thoughts sink into your subconscious, and in that sacred stillness, you begin to tap into ideas, guidance, and insights that you could not have accessed on your own. That, too, is the mastermind principle at work. It is not limited to people. It is the eternal law of minds working in harmony with one another and with the infinite. But let us bring this back to the practical. How do you build your mastermind? First, define your definite purpose clearly. Without a clear aim, you cannot attract the right people. Vague goals will only attract vague thinkers. A definite purpose acts like a magnet. It draws to you the minds and resources that resonate with your mission. Second, select carefully. Do not invite everyone into your mastermind. Guard the gates of your circle with wisdom. One negative mind can poison the entire harmony. My friends, as we continue to unfold the magnificence of the mastermind principle, let us go deeper into its spiritual dimension. Because while the mastermind is a practical tool for business, invention, leadership, and progress, it is also something much greater. It is a bridge between the human and the divine. It is the point where human intention meets universal intelligence. Napoleon Hill wrote that when two or more minds harmonize, they not only create a new mind, they also open a direct line of communication to infinite intelligence. This is why breakthroughs often come in the quiet after a meeting, or in the silence after a deep conversation with a trusted partner. Something speaks, an idea flashes, a vision appears, and you know it did not come from you alone. This is the essence of the mastermind. Not just many people working together, but a connection to something higher. When Thomas Edison and Henry Ford met, they were not just exchanging words. They were plugging into a current of energy larger than both of them. The same applies to every true mastermind alliance. It becomes a spiritual partnership, guided by unseen hands. But here is the important truth. This connection can only exist in the atmosphere of harmony. A mastermind cannot operate in the soil of jealousy, bitterness, or selfishness. It needs the fertile ground of faith, trust, respect, and mutual purpose. So I ask you, who are the people you surround yourself with? Are they lifting you higher or pulling you lower? Do their words water your dreams or poison them with doubt? Do they remind you of what you are capable of, or do they make you shrink into fear? Because the mastermind is not just about gathering brilliant people. It is about gathering people whose energy aligns with your vision. The wrong alliance can destroy your destiny as quickly as the right one can build it. Think of fire. Fire can warm a home, or it can burn it down. The mastermind is the same. When built in harmony, it creates miracles. When built in conflict, it can destroy trust, faith, and ambition. Now, how do you build your own mastermind? Let me give you the steps. Clarify your definite purpose. A mastermind without a purpose is just a social club. You must know what you want and why you are gathering others. Choose members carefully. Select people who share your values, your vision, or your complementary skills. Remember, you don't need many. 2 aligned minds are more powerful than 10 scattered ones. Establish harmony. Before any planning, build trust, build respect, build faith. Make sure everyone feels heard, valued, and understood. This harmony is the oxygen of the mastermind. Meet regularly. Energy fades without renewal. Consistent connection keeps the mastermind alive. Keep the purpose sacred. Protect it from negativity. Do not allow gossip, resentment, or ego to pollute it. Keep it pure. When you follow these principles, you begin to create what Hill called a third mind. It is not yours. It is not theirs. It is the mind of the alliance itself. And from this mind comes ideas, strategies, courage, and solutions you could never find on your own. But here's the deeper secret. The mastermind does not just change your results. It changes you. It teaches humility, because you must admit that you do not have all the answers. It teaches faith, because you must trust the process, even when the way is not clear. It teaches patience, because great ideas ripen slowly in the soil of collaboration. My friends, when you align yourself with a true mastermind, you will find that your fears begin to shrink. Why? Because fear thrives in isolation, but courage multiplies in connection. Alone, you may doubt yourself, but together in harmony, you begin to borrow faith from others until you have enough of your own. That is why great leaders always build alliances. That is why great thinkers always gather companions. That is why history remembers not just individuals, but circles, groups who dared to think and act together. Remember this truth. You cannot build a skyscraper with one bricklayer. You cannot fight a battle with one soldier. You cannot lift humanity with one dreamer. It takes a mastermind, a unity of vision, a harmony of effort, and a connection to infinite intelligence. So today, I challenge you. Begin to form your mastermind. Start small, if you must. Find one person who believes in you. Find one partner who shares your fire. Share your goals. Share your faith. Then add another, and another, until your circle begins to glow with an energy you can feel in the room. And never forget, the world does not reward the lone wolf. The world rewards the pack, the alliance, the mastermind. Because when you master this principle, you will not only create success for yourself, you will create success for everyone connected to you. And that is the greatest victory of all. My friends, as we arrive at the final stretch of this exploration into the mastermind principle, I want you to pause for a moment and reflect on just how far you've come in your understanding. From the very beginning, we discovered that success is never a solo journey, that no matter how brilliant you are, no matter how strong your willpower, there is a limit to what you can achieve alone. But when you align your mind with the minds of others, when you combine talents, energy, and vision in harmony, you unlock something extraordinary, a force that multiplies your potential. That is the essence of the mastermind. And now, in this final part, I want to take you even deeper into how to sustain and expand your mastermind alliance so that it becomes a lifelong source of growth, wealth, wisdom, and inner fulfillment. Because creating a mastermind group is only the beginning. The true power lies in keeping it alive, feeding it with vision, and allowing it to evolve with time. Sustaining the fire of your alliance. Think of your mastermind group as a fire. In the beginning, you gather the logs, you strike the match, and the flames begin to rise. But if you stop tending to it, the fire will eventually die. A successful mastermind requires consistent care. That means regular meetings, honest communication, and a commitment from each member to bring their best energy into the group. Ask yourself, is my mastermind challenging me? Is it pushing me toward new goals I never thought possible? Or am I simply sitting with people who agree with me and make me feel safe? Remember, the true purpose of the mastermind is not comfort, it is transformation. Your allies should inspire you, question you, and hold you accountable to the highest version of yourself. They should celebrate your wins, but they should also call you out when you're playing small, when you're hiding from your potential, or when fear is holding you back. That is real growth, the ripple effect of the mastermind. Now, let's take this principle one step further. The mastermind doesn't just transform you, it transforms everyone connected to you. When you raise your vibration, when your alliance succeeds, the ripple effect touches families, communities, and even future generations. And so will yours. Every breakthrough, every solution, every business born from your alliance will create ripples far beyond what you can see today. That is why the mastermind is not just about personal gain, it is about fulfilling your responsibility to leave a lasting impact on this world. The spiritual dimension of the mastermind. When two or more people align in harmony with a definite purpose, they create a spiritual vibration that calls upon the universe itself. Ideas flow more freely, intuition sharpens, and opportunities seem to appear from nowhere. That is why, at times, you will notice in your alliance moments of brilliance that none of you can explain. A sudden idea, a flash of insight, a solution that feels as if it was dropped straight from the heavens into your lap. That is the infinite mind at work through the mastermind. And so, as we bring this journey to a close, I want to challenge you. Don't let this principle remain in theory. Don't just nod your head and say, "That sounds inspiring." Take action. Begin creating your mastermind alliance today. Even if it starts with just one other person who shares your vision, begin. Because 1 year from now, you will either look back with pride knowing you acted, or you will look back with regret, realizing that you let another opportunity pass you by. Ask yourself, who do I need to align with? Who inspires me? Who pushes me to be better? Who can I serve and grow alongside? Those are the people who belong in your alliance. Reach out. Extend the invitation. Build the circle, the call to action. My friends, the mastermind principle is not just another idea. It is the foundation of all great success. It is the force that will elevate you higher than you ever thought possible. But it only works if you work it. So today, I call you to action. Start building your mastermind alliance now. Commit to regular meetings filled with energy, purpose, and accountability. Guard the harmony of your group with everything you have. And never forget to align your alliance with the infinite intelligence, so that your vision is always guided by a power greater than yourselves. This is your moment. This is your chance. The future belongs to those who master the art of collaboration, who understand that success is never built alone. Now go and build your mastermind. Go and create ripples that will outlive you. Go and prove to yourself and to the world that when minds unite in harmony, there is no dream too big, no mountain too high, and no destiny too far out of reach. The mastermind principle is yours. Use it, live it, and watch your life transform in ways you cannot even imagine.